We're now getting into the neighborhood where we get to find out whether or not these are cuts into normalization, right, and a soft landing, a return to baseline inflation whilst avoiding a recession, or whether indeed these are going to be cuts into a slowdown, which I make the case they are for several reasons. Number one, the labor market deterioration. Number two, the slowing of the economy. And number three, which we're going to get to in a minute, the yield curve inversion, none of which occurs during normalization cuts, okay, following that resumption of the cuts. And that is historically very bearish if these indeed are recession cuts. Now, I absolutely continue to make the case the average market participant is going to latch onto this narrative of cuts are coming and easing is here and the end of QT is upon us and the printer is just around the corner. And I believe all of this will be used as a narrative to reignite animal spirits whilst we catalyze that final euphoria and FOMO blow off top moment, okay, that we were talking about right at the start. I believe all of this is going to be unprecedented, frankly, and over in a flash. Flash, of course, in this context being a relative term. And I believe that the narrative here is going to be that all of this bull market has occurred on overly restrictive policy, and now we're over the restrictions, we're bringing cuts to the table, liquidity's coming, printer go burr, and all of that kind of jazz. Everyone will FOMO in at the top, and then, of course, in line with the idea, they will ban Congress from owning stocks at the top to let them all out, just like they did with the Fed officials back here. So whilst we know cuts are coming, and whilst we firmly believe the average market participant is going to become insufferable, thinking that this is a new paradigm and we're re-accelerating in the economy and that this is only just getting started, I think the reality is it's going to be much more akin to the recession cuts. But again, time will tell. I simply care about staying on the right side of the trade. If this market is really where I believe it to be, which is somewhere in this neighborhood here, okay, then my only real job is to try to sell as close to the top as I possibly can.